Okay, it works. Welcome back. It's been a minute. And I'm not going to go into, oh, where have I been? And all this other stuff. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I've never been the type. I'm not going to be the type. Hi, I'm niece. I'm your auntie that's always tired. Even when I'm not tired, I'm just tired of humans. I would like to talk to you today, nieces and nephews, about the piss in the dating pool. The piss in the dating pool. And the craziest shit ever to me is like, how in the actual living fuck does some of this shit make it online? It's fucking crazy. Um, I got notes and shit everywhere because I haven't done this in so long, and it's gonna be all over the place and you go deal. So we're trying to keep this one to like 30 minutes. There's piss in the dating pool, children. There is. And you know what? I know that, men are catching a certain type of man is catching a lot of flack right now, but honestly, it's your fault. What is this male loneliness epidemic? We're going to go and look at and see if there's an actual definition for it online or not. Let's go here and see if there is an actual definition. Let's see. Okay. Why is it the first thing that pops up when you type in male? Okay, so we're gonna get an AI overview of what the male loneliness epidemic is, right? The concept of a male loneliness epidemic, Google's petty too, highlights the concern that men, particularly young men, are experiencing higher rates of loneliness and social isolation due to the decline in close friendships and societal pressures that discourage emotional vulnerability and connection. Research indicates a significant portion of men lack close friendships, with some surveys showing increases in this trend since the 1990s. The heightened loneliness is linked to negative outcomes such as poor mental health and physical health, and has led to discussions about how to foster deep connections and encourage emotional openness in men to address this growing issue. All right, so this shit that we just read, right? We just read this shit together, okay? And I probably read through it because it happens, okay? There's a reason for it, and we're not going into this whole other episode. But it seems like this here is being used interchangeably. Is that where I'm going to put that word today? With the decline in like the birth rate and women not wanting to date men and all this other shit. Like, what I've been seeing in the discourse that is fucking Facebook with this shit, but what I've been seeing is like people were talking about the male incels are talking about the male loneliness epidemic, right? And how it's women's fault. It's a woman's fault that you can't foster deep connections. It's a woman's fault that your mental health is ass. And then get mad when women suggest that you need to go to therapy. Here's the thing. I've said it before. If you got lungs and a vocal cord, you got a brain. If you're human, go to therapy, because it isn't always just bad shit that you need to go to therapy for. Maybe you need to do some improvements somewhere in your life and you don't know how to fucking do it. You might want to talk to somebody about it. You might be struggling with something like social anxiety, and it doesn't necessarily stem from anything. It could just be how you are and how you're trying to counteract it or try to fix it if it's something that you feel needs to be fixed. But if you're a fucking human being, you need to go to therapy, especially if you live in the West. But how do y'all take this lack of friendships and deep emotional connections and use that to blame women for the fact that they're not dating y'all? I am confusion. Auntie's confusion. So how do we get there? How the fuck do we get there? You tell women that they need to do better and choose better. So then they do choose better, but they don't choose you. Some women choose a different type of man today outside of their norm because sometimes the patterns are you. You can be the common denominator and why your dating life is so shitty. So if you change you and then change the type of people that you attract or the type of people that are just walking fucking red flags, then it does eliminate a lot of people that you might think that you have something in common with and you don't. A lot of y'all trauma bond and don't want to fucking admit it. And it's okay. Figure it the fuck out. We all have to. And that's what life experiences are, just figuring shit out. Because I know old folks will say that baby been here before. And if that's the truth, and some of us have been here before, we did not get it right the first time. And honestly, we're not getting it right this time either, but we're getting there. Wherever the fuck there is, we're getting there. Right? I don't understand how you told the women do better, choose better. So they did. And it wasn't you. So now you're mad because what you really meant was choose me, pick me. I'm the only man that you ever fucking need. Right? Okay. But then you're not. You're not what you think. You are not the answer to the woman's woes. You just put the woe in woman. Gosh. It's crazy, right? So then you need to stop having kids with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like, okay, you know what? On some real shit. That policing, how many kids people have and shit, that shit is old, okay? People live their lives. People have relationships in. Some people are hoes and they get down like that, and it's still not your coochie to mind. So, figure it out. I don't want my tax dollars funding this. Your tax dollars are funding a lot of other shit that you should be concerned about, and not a child. And then the same people that are pro-lifers, I don't want my tax dollars doing this, but I also don't want you to abort the little motherfucker. Well, you got to figure it out then, right? And the answer to that is minding your fucking business. Okay. So you tell them not to have all these kids, or you shouldn't be aborting babies, or you shouldn't be, using this or using that. And now the birth rates decline because you told women to keep their fucking legs closed, and now their legs are closed to you included. And now you're mad about that. Women have their own money, have their own businesses, have good paying jobs, are raising their kids by themselves, are not really, the quote unquote baby mama fucking shit that you guys are pushing off. The baby mama shit to me is nothing but a bunch of niggas just sitting around talking shit and don't actually do anything for their kids. And then because they are being held accountable by Johnny Law or anybody else that's like, hey, you need to do right by your kids, now all of a sudden she just wants my money. I guarantee you that $25 a week is not going to make or break anything, baby. A can of formula, the big one, isn't even $25 fucking dollars. It's more like 35. And it was 31 with my last child 6 years ago. Trust me, baby, that $25 ain't hitting shit. $25 doesn't even give you a full tank of gas. $25 in groceries ain't shit. A big box of motherfucking diapers. Like, I promise you that $25 ain't touching nothing. And if $25 hurts you so bad to take care of your offspring, something is wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. And you need help. Help me. Help. So you tell the women to choose better, and they did. You told the women to do better, and they did. You told the women to stop having kids, and they did. And then it was, your standards might be too high. You're getting old. Nobody wants a woman that looks like that. Oh, and the other thing, ew. Okay, so as somebody that works out, okay, because Auntie, look, we're getting up there in age, okay? That's just what it is, all right? I'm glad with the genetics that I have, but it's got to get kept. But the muscle mommies, the women that work out, the women that, look like, I don't know how to even describe it, like big Amazonian, like, them women be fucking litty, cut down, big ass fucking biceps. Like, women be out here strong and sexy at the same time. That shit is, right? Okay, right. But then you have them same motherfuckers that sit there behind a computer screen with the greasy motherfucking hair and dirty ass fingernails. Like, nobody wants a woman that looks like that. I like my woman. Nobody fucking asked you. Nobody asked you what you like. This woman did not post this video of herself working out to ask you what you like. And you're not even somebody that whose direction she would look. And it's crazy how y'all have centered yourselves at it's trifling, honestly. Because listen to me and listen to me good when I tell you this. Everything does not revolve around just anybody. It doesn't. The world does not revolve around you. It does not revolve around me. It does not revolve around women. It don't even revolve around children. As a whole, we have to make this thing work because at the end of the day, we all live on this fucking rock. And the rock is tired of us. She about ready to put us all under because what the fuck are we doing, right? Okay. So you get underneath these comment sections and you talk about the women that work out, but you want a certain type of woman. You want a woman that looks a certain way. You'll get underneath Black women's videos that are, muscular and things like that and tell her how much of a dick she looks like a man and all this other shit. And you'll tell her that she's, she looks like a monkey and all the other racist shit that you motherfuckers say. But then you go and you click on their profile picture and they look like they're literally melting in their skin, like their bones are dissolving. You're actively decaying in real time, but want to tell a woman how the fuck she's supposed to look. You got it projecting so then you tell women to lose weight and they decide they want to lose weight, but they no longer want to be waist thin. And if you are waist thin, this is not a body shaming thing, I promise you not. But the women are no longer waist thin and nothing tastes as good as skinny feels and heroin chic and all the other shit. And heroin is the drug. Like you told them to do all these different things and you gave all these different prerequisites and gave all these fucking standards to meet, and when women met and or exceeded every single one, now all of a sudden you're mad because at the end of the day it wasn't you. What you really meant was pick me. I'm the man. I'm the one. Men are this. Men are supposed to be that. And the same motherfuckers that get underneath the gay guys video and talk shit. You want your woman. I have a puppy, by the way. She's tripping because she can see the cats and the cats their butts. My cats are assholes, but I love my cats. So cool. But you are a pick-me, a male pick-me, but you disguise this pick-me-ish ism ... behind insults and insecurities and projections. The online world is ghetto, and most of the time the online world doesn't forget unless you got enough money to scrub the online world, right? Most of us don't, right? Okay. Or you just have the knowledge to do so. I know there's some people that are pretty fucking computer savvy. Anyway. But the incels, they're the piss that's in the dating pool. I just go ahead and call it. And then you have all these regular men who will go and click on these fucking broadcasts, these bro podcasts, and just eat the shit up. And then you go out here with the expectation from a man who has never dated anything other than his palm, and then try to use those same tactics. I've heard that one before too. Those same tactics on women and then get mad when those tactics don't work. If you have to use tactics to manipulate a human being, then good that it didn't work. I'm happy it didn't work because a lot of y'all need some help. If you sit there and you think that the way to go about things is manipulating somebody, then you deserve all of the negative shit that comes back on your ass. I'm sorry, not sorry. There's literal piss in the dating pool. You motherfuckers will literally go and I tell you, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Y'all go in these women's inboxes on these dating websites and they are outing y'all. They're outing y'all to the point where, oh boy, what's his name? Lukey, the guy that made I Have One Daughter. You guys are being outed in such a way that this man has enough information, ammo, what's the word? Shit, it's right there. He just has enough substance to make song after song after song from horrible Tinder dating profiles because y'all are literally doing shit that is so fucking inappropriate. It's so goddamn inappropriate. It just is. Asking if you can fuck somebody's asshole and you have never met them face to face and this is your first conversation, but you wonder why the male loneliness epidemic is a fucking thing. You get in these inboxes of these women and you get to dry begging for money and shit. Like, come on. That shit is not attractive. And then you'll sit there and be like, oh, women are gold diggers. Okay, but what about your brothers? What about your bros? If a woman wants a provider and you want to be a provider, you want a quote unquote traditional woman, because a traditional woman needs to stay barefoot and pregnant, you want that. But then I get mad when you have to be the provider that you say that you are. So a lot of y'all are fucking capping. That's really what it is. You're cosplaying a provider. Wow. Y'all get on here and just do the most inappropriate shit. Like, setting women up, like that's some weird ass shit, or even that shit that happens in person. And a lot of y'all don't want to believe the light switched outside the security ring. A lot of y'all don't want to believe this shit, but a lot of the reason that women don't fuck with men is because they don't feel safe. And it isn't just a modern fucking man, it's you Gen Xers, it's some of you millennials too, so don't act like y'all don't escape this shit. You millennials, some of you Gen Xers, definitely the fucking baby bloomers. Like, a lot of y'all motherfuckers were so toxic and you think that it's okay, and it's not. And then the whole choosing the bear shit, it was like, oh, you would actually choose a bear and bears do so. If someone would rather choose something that would eat their fucking face than to be around you, then there's a fucking problem. Like, there just is. It's just a fucking problem. You're missing the point. And some of you motherfuckers, because again, there are good men out there. There are good women. There are good people. I believe that 100%. But a lot of you motherfuckers don't check your friends. You don't check your so-called friends' trifling ass behavior. And motherfuckers out here sending dick pics and shit. It is 2025. Why are you still sending unsolicited dick pics, my nigga? That is sexual harassment. Did y'all see the one? And the thing is, I never attach videos or anything like this. This is just rants or whatever. And it's because I definitely need to teach myself how. Hold please. Somebody's ringing my doorbell. So random. That was Amazon. I like that. Sink plunger. I ordered a fucking sink plunger and a lens filter because I was supposed to use my camera to do this and it died before I could actually use it because I didn't charge my battery, and I'm terrible at charging batteries. Yes. So anyway, keep this just in case I lose track of where I'm supposed to be at. All right. So I forgot where I was at, but I'm gonna move on to the next break that I have because ADHD is real and it's a quick moving bastard. But the fact that women would rather choose the bear is nasty fucking work. I'd rather choose something that would eat my face than to spend time with the type of man that you have presented yourself to be. Did you guys see the video? I think that's what I was going with this. You guys see the video where the woman, she posted it because, unfortunately, if men aren't calling their friends out, then women are doing it for y'all, right? Okay. And this is not to say one way or another is right or wrong, men or this. It's a yin and yang. It's a positive and the negative. It's a light and dark. One cannot exist without the other. But it's becoming more and more frequent that one is going to exist without the other because the other is just not safe. Men always talk about how they're the dominant creatures and they could do this and they could do that. Why does your mind automatically go to harming a woman because you don't get your fucking way? Like, please. But the video is this woman, I guess she got a ride home from her coworker and she rejected him because he was making like inappropriate passes, or they had a work carpool thing. But this motherfucker, this man was super fucking unhinged, okay? And the heightened sound of his voice, it was disturbing because more often than not, a lot of us have experienced that same energy where it's like, okay, this has gone from hee to help real quick. I know a lot of women can relate to the whole gas station shit, right? You go to the gas station and I carry. I'm not a person that likes guns. I'm not a person that, believes in the whole thing. But at this point in my life and at the way some of these people think, you can't even enjoy being outside like that anymore. You just can't. And it's not, I'm carrying it because I'm carrying it because I don't want you getting to me first. Because there are signs before things get to that point. Going to the gas station is like the goddamn Hunger Games. It is. Go to the gas station like the Hunger Games. You go to the gas station for something minor. You're going in for gas. You're just going in. You're minding your business. And all of a sudden, somebody's dusty ass son that's been out there all day. Hey, Miss Lady. Hey, Miss Lady. And you try to be polite and you keep the little smile going, but you're trying to walk a little bit faster. And if you're short like me, you got to get Flintstone that shit. And then if you don't respond or you don't give them a little nervous fucking nod, then all of a sudden it's fuck you, bitch. And it's like, I didn't even say nothing. But more importantly, some of y'all need to teach y'all sons what rejection is. There are women who have been injured and are no longer with us because she rejected a man and a man couldn't take it. How are you the more logical fucking species? How are you the more logical species if you can't handle rejection? Your ego cannot be that fucking fragile. It can't be. It can't be that fucking fragile. It's just not. Or is it? Just making sure I'm staying on top of here. Just a little bit. Because I know this is all over the place. But it's crazy to me how a lot of these motherfuckers just try to dismiss it. Oh, that's not all. I mean, we're not saying get out of my cup, cat. Get out of my cup. No. Get. Scram. Go on. You can't drink that. Go on. Or you're licking your lips. Get. But it's crazy. And then I've gotten to a point, and I know a lot of y'all do, speaking on the gas station shit again, sorry. But a lot of y'all have. I don't even go to the gas station after a certain time. If I don't get gas or I forget to get gas right after work, it's a wrap. I'm not going to the gas station in the middle of the night. It's bad enough I got to go first thing in the morning and it's getting dark outside. It's to the point where you peep the scene before you even get out your car. You got to look around you. You got to see how many fucking crackheads are at the gas station. And I'm sorry if that's politically incorrect, but that's what it is. Because some of these motherfuckers are unhinged. There is no reason that you are aggressively begging for change. You're a man, you're homeless and likely strung out or mentally unwell, and you think that somebody's supposed to show you pity and you done ran up on them, get mad because they didn't give you 73 cents and change. And if you think that I'm being funny, no, I saw this on my birthday. A grown-ass man with bags on his feet got mad at this woman who clearly had just got off of work because she wouldn't give him 73 cents in change. She did not have. This man balled his fucking fist up and ran up on this woman. There is a reason that I carry. I never thought that that would be the reason that I carry. Read between the lines. He showing the fuck started to back up when he realized that there's other women. There was me and another woman, and the gas station attendant all had to come out because he ran up on this woman, somebody's grandmama, my nigga. Like, what? But even still, that's the shit that makes women choose the bear. Yes, you're homeless. Yes, you're likely mentally ill. Yes, you're likely strung out, but that does not give you a reason, right, rhyme, or none of that to run up on anybody, because everybody's fucking fair game when their safety's on the line. And then other homeless people get stereotyped behind that type of fucking behavior. There are plenty of good people out there that just are down on their fucking luck. But for the ones that are down on their luck and think it's everybody else's fault, get your shit together. And it's crazy because even the ones that are hobosexuals, y'all know y'all niggas that are hobosexuals and have couch to couch, woman to woman, couch to couch, woman to woman, house to house. And we're not talking about people that have fallen down on their luck, because we get it. In more cases than not, everybody has at least been, everybody that's an average person is one paycheck away from being in a situation where they could be on the streets. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that won't do anything for themselves, but expect a woman to do everything. I bought a car one time, a 1987 Monte Carlo. I named it Lamont. All my cars have had names, all of them. Lamont is no longer with us because Lamont, under suspicious circumstances, was wrecked. I got this car. I worked my whole, fiscal year. Get out of my cup, boy. Get on, Fluff. Go on, boy. Onyx. Cats don't give a damn. But work, expect a woman to do everything. And in my early 20s, I also, unfortunately, was thinking that the ride or die shit was cute. I worked my ass off. I've always kept a job. It's just how I am. I was raised that you eat mama and daddy both. I always have your own money. I was raised like that. So I do, right? I wasn't raised to go find you a man and have him take care of you. No. I was raised to always have your own, because you just never know. And honestly, I don't think that was a bad way to be raised, because at the end of the day, it did teach me a lot of independence very, very early on. I've been working since I was 15 years old, okay? I get this car. First car I ever bought. It was lifted in the front. That thing had a lot of suspension issues. Now I think back on it, I know a lot more about cars than I did then. But it had some suspension issues, a lot of suspension issues. The guy that I bought it off of left the sound system, and he's like, I don't want it anymore. It just is what I'm selling it for. $1,400, right? $1,400. I needed a car. I was catching 2 buses everywhere. I was walking everywhere. Not having a car did not stop me, but it forced me to plan early. And honestly, I don't look back at that time as a bad thing, because now, I'm like, I'll get on the bus if I need to. The fuck? I'm not gonna let anything stop me. If I got 2 feet and a heartbeat, I'm going. Get the car, right? That's through my ex who knew this guy, who knew this guy, who knew this bitch, who knew this man. So get the car, right? Spent the $1,400. Motor was good. Everything in it was good. It just needed work. And I've always loved old model cars. I loved Monte Carlo for the longest time. Was my favorite fucking car. My mama had an old one. They were riddled with electrical problems, but I loved the style of the car. Big, long-ass car, big, dumb-ass doors. Just loved the car. Now, as I've gotten older, you give me an old nasty Dodge Ram and a Dodge Durango. Yeah, one of the two. Hey, hush it up, all that fussing. So anyway, I get this car, driving down the street. I run into my cousin. My cousin is on the same street I'm on. We roll down the window and shit. I'm hyped, cause I just bought this car. My cousin like, oh shit, but we're like door to door type shit going down the street. So it was also kind of ratchet ass shit. He gets quiet. This nigga gets quiet, right? Why is he quiet? So joy is short-lived. Fast forward, this dude eventually does become physically abusive and things like that down the line. Not a good time in my life. Never again. Never again. But I'm looking at this dude, and it's first telltale signs of what was to come. But I never dealt with it before. I had no experience in it, so I just walked into this big ass fucking red flag with rose colored glasses on, and he goes, "You just bought a car?" Mind you, he wasn't working. He wasn't working then. He wasn't working. And I look over, and me being young, I'm just like, what? I just bought this car. This was my money. This was the money I worked for all fucking year. Because I knew at the end of the fiscal fucking year, tax season, that was going to at least have a little bit of a return in order to get this car. On top of the money I had been saving up throughout the year, I needed a car. And it was just me. No, it was just me. I was working, not that great of a job, but an okay paying job. Got mad, but was living off of me because I didn't say that it was our car. This was my car, my first car, and a motherfucker that wasn't doing shit trying to claim it. And that's what a lot of you niggas do. Incel types. I seen a post that was so fucking trifling, gave me the ick. This nigga said, marry her before she gets her degree, so your last name is on it. You know how Facebook has like the AI thing, and it's like the commenters are largely the first thing. And it was so refreshing to see other men on there like, bro, just go get your own fucking degree. There can't be this much ammunition in the world. There can't be. There can't be this many fucking instances of just not shitism. And y'all wonder why. You tell women to do better. You tell women to choose better. You tell women to keep their legs closed. You tell women to get their own money. I don't want to go digger. But then all these things, all these fucking requirements get met, and you still are blaming women for this quote unquote male loneliness epidemic that stems from not having close connections or friendships. And now it's making me wonder, wait a minute, if there are not close connections or friendships because you guys are being shunned into, this toxic masculinity. No, because you guys value the opinion of other men more than you do the opposite sex. So just go be with a man. Just go be with a man. A lot of y'all put on it for hard as fuck for other men. You get excited when your bros call, but when your girl call, you annoyed because you likely have just been a piece of shit all fucking week. You likely been emotionally available all fucking week. Emotionally unavailable, all fucking week. And everything else that goes into you being irritated because you're tired of your woman nagging and this, that, and the third. The same types will say the divorce came out of nowhere. You motherfuckers don't clean. You motherfuckers act like you can't cook. A lot of y'all can't cook. A lot of y'all refuse to learn anything because the only thing that you've ever learned is that your dick is going to solve every single fucking problem that you've ever had. And that is not true. That is the farthest thing from the truth. If a woman would choose something that would rip her fucking face off by nature, then to be with you, your dick is the last thing that anybody's worried about. And speaking of your dicks, the piss in the dating pool also comes from the fact that a lot of y'all don't know what a mind chart is or don't have access to one. And I get it, healthcare is one of those things, but lots of places have free clinics and a lot of y'all don't know y'all fucking status. And now that there's so much more education out here, these women are so much more educated than what they are. A lot of them are not falling into the same diabolical patterns that women in the early 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and so far back fell into, thinking that having a man is going to fix your problem. You motherfuckers will get married and then go out here and do whatever and whoever, and then bring this woman a house in Virginia back that she cannot get rid of. It'll be undetectable by today's medications and shit like that, but who the fuck wants to deal with that? Nobody. And it's the blatant disrespect of the whole thing. You motherfuckers get on here and be sassy as hell. Sassy as fuck. Go be with a man. A lot of y'all value the opinions of other men. A lot of y'all are fucking creeps. And for the men that know this shit and are where you're supposed to be at, and are literally what women are talking about, if these men did not exist, there wouldn't be anything to compare it to other than you not shit ass people. Right? And the men that are in this place of just being decent fucking human beings, y'all call them simps. Like, how the fuck do you sound hating from outside the club? You sound fucking ridiculous, okay? You sound stupid. If you would rather listen to Kitty, say hi, Kitty. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone because you're gonna scratch me. But if you'd rather listen to somebody that's never going to be anything because they will continue to blame everyone, and y'all stay calling women, oh, women are victims and they victimize themselves. But look at you. Y'all done took something that's not, has nothing to do with women, but your inability to make proper connections with people on deeper emotional levels and spiritual levels. Your inability is what the male epidemic, loneliness epidemic shit is about. It's an inability. It's a self-pity party. That's really what it is. There are plenty of men out here who are married and do right. There are plenty of fathers out here that are good daddies and do what they're supposed to do for their children and go above and beyond, are active fucking fathers, right? There are men out here who are good humans, leaders in their fucking communities, not a stain on it. And y'all call these motherfuckers simps. Y'all would rather sit around and do the bare minimum, do nothing, don't even wash your ass, brush your teeth, go to the doctor. Y'all don't do the bare minimum for yourselves, but then want somebody else to do it or be what you aren't so you can leech. Spiritual fucking vampires. A lot of y'all are puppeteers for shit that you've allowed. You out here creating all these fucking soul ties with anything that's walking and wonder why you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders because you done fucked everything that somebody else done fucked. And if they done mess with unclean spirits, guess what done happened? You done joined the club, and it's not a club you want to be a part of. Y'all blame women for every fucking thing that's wrong. Then tell women that they need to take accountability so that when women go into these hibernation modes, these healing spaces, this soft girl era to try and figure themselves out. Now you're mad about that. Oh my God, find you something to do. Again, hating from outside the club. It's really fucking pathetic at this point. It is. It's fucking pathetic. Like, I really don't understand how you can judge a woman, need a woman, want a woman, but don't want a woman. I'm so lost. I am confusion. I'm confusion. Onyx. Hold on, I gotta let my cat out. He's stuck in the room. Allergies. All I'm getting at is that the male loneliness epidemic to me sounds like a pity party. There's so many fucking things that are just wrong with the whole thing. Like when you look up this definition, it's the Google AI overview, is basically just kind of taking all this information and compiling it into one fucking definition, right? I'm glad this thing has a pause button because that's going to be another fucking jump cut. My gosh, having kids. The male loneliness epidemic is not what the incels have made it. And I say that with my chest because I know so many of y'all that do right. This isn't for y'all. Just like when people get to talking about women that aren't shit and women that don't want to work and, live off of people and shit. And I get that too. Because who the fuck wants that? That comes with a whole set of problems in itself. So if it don't apply, let it fly, right? Right. I don't know. I don't know. But between that and the fact that a lot of women just don't feel safe, it's like, y'all gotta do better. You want to be the very thing that you say you are, but it's a mask. A lot of y'all do the bare minimum, come off as Mr. Charming, even the whole time you're just not shit as a human being. A lot of y'all, every last one of y'all's exes ain't shit. Oh, she did this and she kicked me while I was down. I've heard that one before too. She kicked me while I was down. But where were you in this scenario? What were you doing? Where kicked you while you were down? I love when people say that shit because at the end of the day, that's usually not what it is. It's usually that people have grown tired of a certain type of behavior and have decided to not deal with you anymore. And a lot of you pick me's, male pick me's, that's what's happened. That's what's happened. A lot of y'all just burned all the bridges and have just become just a piece of undesirable shit. And I ain't never known a piece of shit that was desirable. You do the bare minimum, you put on the mask, you lure the woman in, and when she realizes it's based off a conversation alone, a lot of y'all are getting rejected because it's you. A lot of y'all are getting rejected because of your own fucking mouth. It's the shit that you say in these inboxes. It's the shit that you say in these text messages. It's the shit that you say in person. I want to invite you on a date, but I need you to go ahead and pay for your dinner. Then it's not a date. That's not a date. A lot of y'all will lay out your stipulations and such, but then won't adhere to it for yourself. This is what you expect other people to do, but you don't fucking do it because you don't have to. I had a motherfucker tell me that they could go and get pussy from anywhere, right? You know what our response was? Well, if that's what you feel you need to do, then you go ahead and do it. You'd have thought I called this nigga's mama a bitch. You would have thought that I just said the most derogatory stuff in the whole fucking world by just being like, okay, well, if you feel like that's what you need to do, then go ahead and do it. What did you want me to do? Slide down the fucking wall like an R&B video from the 90s? I'm not sliding down the wall off of no shit like that, because a lot of times y'all use this shit as tactics to get motherfuckers to bend and break or fold on a fucking boundary that they've set for themselves. And because you don't want to respect that boundary and yet violate it, now you're finding a backdoor way in. And now the back door is closed. A lot of y'all's the shit that y'all are so used to getting away with that is no longer flying. And it's, oh, well, if I can't do this, then you can't do this. Ew, no, what? No, shut the fuck up. No, it's giving gross. It's giving bye. So, I mean, I've had a lot of random nasty shit said. I have even had motherfuckers go so far as to tell me that I was lucky to have someone deal with me and my mental illness. I'm lucky. I don't think I know one stable person out here mentally. I think we're all just winging it. But I had somebody tell me that in an attempt to try to break me because I was just done with the foolishness. There are people that try to justify that, saying, oh, they just, when people get hurt, they say certain things and they don't fucking mean it. Nah, bitch, if you said it, you're going to stand on this shit. That's what you're going to do. And a lot of you motherfuckers that have been in this position of being a player and doing all this and now don't nobody want y'all, and all the shit that you used to do doesn't fly anymore because it's a different type of woman out here, because women in the 90s were sliding down the walls and throwing your stuff over the patio and making big dramatic scenes, and not saying that they were wrong, but that's what they were doing. And now it's, you can't even get in the door. Now it's nobody fucking invited you. Now it's, you are not welcome. And then y'all try to use the whole, you're just gonna be a lonely ass bitch and just say you can't get a man without saying you can't get a man. It's not even that. You can't get something that you don't want. Actually, in some scenarios, yes, you can. But what I mean by that is, if I'm not looking, I don't want it. Then why would you tell me that? Oh, you just can't get a man because you can't find a man. But what if I don't want a fucking man? It's like that idea and that concept of these fucking types it's just so fucking foreign. You don't want a man, so what is you, a lesbian? No, I'm bi, but go off. It's it's kind of sad because it's like, how can you not see that some of y'all are just so fucking undesirable that women have just decided to, as a whole, I'm just not gonna date. I'm not gonna date men. I'm not dating no man. I'm good. I'm cool. I'd rather just focus on myself, my animals, my cat, my art, my business, my soul, salvation, whatever you decide that you want to focus on. And the concept of that is so fucking foreign that it is mind-boggling for y'all. And I'm gonna need y'all to get with the program because there are more women that are thinking along this line. I'd rather just not even be with nobody. There are a lot of women out there that just decided that they don't want to have kids. And it's not just because of men that women don't want to have children. It's literally that it's too goddamn expensive and it is unfucking reasonable. And I'm a parent of 4 boys. Shit is expensive. So the fact that there are more women out there that have just decided that this is not the road to go down and that with access to fucking contraceptive care and things like that up in the air and downright banned in some states, that people are just making the decision to close up shop. I wonder how well the rose sales are doing right now. Because that was another thing too that I realized men were projecting their bullshit off on us, those sex toys. Adult toys, adult pleasure toys. We're catching the L from the incel men. You know, it's gonna make you go numb down there, and then you just can't. You gonna please yourself with it. You know, I got something that can fix that. Didn't your mama tell you if you played with it too much, you was gonna go blind? Your mama told you was gonna go blind if you kept playing with it. And y'all still ain't went blind yet. Damn. But that's the type of energy it's giving. Y'all going after anything and everything but the problem. It says it in the whatever insert here. Male loneliness epidemic, which really it needs to be self. Turn it inward. For real. Because you're blaming the sex toys, you're blaming the women, you're blaming society. You're a virile seed. I need a woman that's gonna be this, and a lot of y'all are fucking creeps on top of that. I need a woman that's not ran through. Sir, you are one hop, skip, jump, and a little leap away from hospice care. Talking about you need somebody that, just like what's his face? The one that looked like Mr. Potato Head in the face. Trick Daddy talking about he can't be with no woman under 35. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror? Saying things like that, yeah, you can have your preference, but then when you out here just bashing people on the back end of your preference, it's like it's giving projection. That would be like me being like, I don't want to be with nobody that wears weave, and I got weave in my head. I don't want to be with anybody that's got big titties. Then I got big titties. Like, I don't want to be with somebody that's brown skin, chocolate. And that's the fucking projection. That's the type of energy that it gives. I can't be with no bitch that's over this. And sir, aren't you almost 50? You got these motherfucking geriatrics out here because they done spent all their youth chasing and doing this and fucking everything moving and being big player and all this other shit. And now don't nobody want y'all. Now that you're ready to settle down, don't nobody want y'all. A lot of y'all are looking for a nurse. A lot of y'all are looking for an aide. You're not looking for a woman. A lot of y'all are looking for your mothers. Don't nobody want that? And you probably have more success if you go after a woman that is your age. What do you have in common with a woman that's 30 years your junior. Not a damn thing. Ah. Oh, and then the incels. I'm about to wrap it up. I got about 10 minutes left on this before I reach the limit, and I know editing an hour of this is going to be fun. But you got the ones that go after the women that aren't straight. So whatever category in the rainbow that you fall in that isn't straight, of the spectrum of sexualities and identifying factors, pronouns, and so on and so forth, y'all go after them too. Being with the woman is refreshing. Trans people are delightful. I can't be with no woman that's bisexual if she don't want you either. That just promotes how are y'all gonna have kids and I'm not a fuck. What? Like, it stresses me out to think about, and not even stress, it gives me the ick. So I guess the ick is the stress today. But it gives me the ick to think how many men mind businesses that aren't theirs. Like, I'm sorry that you feel the way that you feel about lesbian, gay, go down the spectrum, baby, bisexual, however you want to name it, relationships that aren't your traditional, and I say traditional with air quotes, but a man and a woman, a straight man and a straight woman. Y'all get mad. Y'all get mad because they'd rather pick a bear. Some women are choosing to date other women because it's just not safe. And that is a little bit of a touchy subject too, because the choosing to and not to be, that one's a different subject, and that's for a different day, and that's a different episode, and I might actually go in on that one because I know some folks that are gay for play is what I'll call it. But y'all blame everything. You're mad at everybody. Women are too strong. Women are too muscular. Women are too thin. Women are too fat. Women are too mouthy. Women are too quiet. Women should have babies. Women should stop having babies. Women are ran through. Women should be virgins. But I also don't want a virgin. But I want to be the first one to wreck your psyche. That's all that idea in itself. I need a woman that's not ran through. You want somebody to manipulate. You want somebody to manipulate. That's all it is. You want to be somebody's first because you want to be able to manipulate them. And then sit and cry and ask where all the good women are. Your homeboys, daddies, uncles, and best friends done went through and wrecked their mentality when it comes to men. That's literally where we're at with it. That's literally where we are with it. I'm going to go ahead and end this right now because I think my headphone connected and it may have just ruined this whole thing. Hopefully not. So if it gets posted, it gets posted. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I have to start over because I probably should put my headphone in the case. All right, this is it. I'm wrapping it up. I got a sink to plunge. My plunger just came in the mail. So it's another episode of your Auntie's Tired podcast with your auntie. Get it together. Get it to fucking together. Get it together. Because at this point, y'all niggas are lost. Who the fuck wants that? Nobody. Get it together.